were never taught this in school. No one sat you down and said, here's how people work. Here's how to truly influence minds, win loyalty, command respect, or even ignite obsession. But today, that changes. This is not your average motivational video. This is not about fluff or fake positivity. This is about raw psychological power. What I'm about to show you will either transform you into the person everyone wants to be around, or a master manipulator capable of bending others to your will. I don't care who you are. Rich, broke, confident, shy, popular, invisible. If you learn to recognize and use what I'm about to share, you will become unforgettable, obsession-worthy. Let me tell you a story. There was a guy named Jay, average guy, decent looks, decent job. Nobody really noticed him until he met Mia. Mia was magnetic, not because she was the most beautiful girl in the room, but because she understood people. She knew their psychological pressure points. Within 2 weeks of knowing Jay, she had him texting her every morning, planning his days around her, ignoring his friends, obsessing. He didn't know what hit him. And guess what? The same thing that Mia used to control Jay, you can use too. But you better understand this. Knowledge is neutral. It's the intent that defines the outcome. So now, let's dive deep. Section 1, why people become obsessed. Obsession is not about beauty, money, or power. Obsession is about emotional addiction. Humans don't crave people, they crave feelings. You don't fall in love with someone's face. You fall in love with how you feel when you're around them. It's that emotional hit, like a drug. And just like a drug, if you give them the right dosage, they come back. Want to know the formula? It's simple. 1. Identify their emotional weak spot. 2. Stimulate it. 3. Withdraw. 4. Repeat. But first, we need to know what weak spots exist. Section 2. The 4 weak spots that control people. Almost every person walking around you is carrying one of these 4 hidden vulnerabilities. Find it, and you control their inner world. Weak spot 1. The starvation for validation. Let me paint a picture. You meet someone. They're always subtly bragging. They mention their achievements in casual conversation. They love being the expert. This is not confidence. This is hunger. They are starving for validation. So how do you control someone like this? Indirect praise, not compliments. Compliments are cheap. Anyone can give one. Instead, you offer praise that they have to overhear. Example, you say to a mutual friend, loud enough for them to hear, honestly, Sarah is probably the sharpest person I've met when it comes to strategy. That idea she had last week? Genius. You've given her exactly what she wanted without begging for her approval. Now she wants yours. Another example. Ask for their help or opinion in a subtle way. Hey, I was thinking about this issue with my team. I know you've managed people before. How would you handle it? You just signaled respect. They felt powerful. Now you become someone who sees them. That craving for validation? You're the supplier now. Weak spot 2. The fear of failure. Some people carry silent pressure. You can see it in their eyes when they talk about their goals. Doctors, engineers, creatives, athletes, the ambitious ones. But behind that ambition, a voice. What if I don't make it? What if I'm not good enough? This fear eats them alive. You become their obsession the moment you become their stability. Example, your friend wants to make it as a musician but is terrified of rejection. One night, he opens up. Don't give advice. Don't give solutions. Just say, man, you remind me of this guy I knew back in LA. Same struggle, couldn't land a single gig. Fast forward 2 years, he was doing commercials, then tours. Same grind, same fear, but he didn't stop. You're on the same path. You just gave him emotional fuel, real reassurance. That's rare, that's powerful. He won't forget you. Weak spot 3, the wound of rejection. Especially common in men. Rejected by a girl, ghosted after a date, or dumped after months of investment. You'll notice it when he's still talking about that girl 6 months later. This rejection isn't just heartbreak, it's identity damage. He wonders, am I not enough? You want influence? Give him back his worth. But not by saying, she didn't deserve you. That's weak. Say something like, funny thing, I heard she ghosted a guy who literally drives a Lambo. She's got commitment issues, man. It's a pattern. Or if he's already moved on. Honestly, the girl you're with now? Total upgrade, not just looks, she's got class. You just gave him a reframed reality. You helped him heal, and healing creates attachment. Weak spot 4, sexual leverage. Let's get brutally honest. Sex is power, and women are socially conditioned to understand this power far earlier than men. If a man is led by desire, he becomes predictable, weak, manipulatable. This isn't about hating women, it's about awareness. If you're a man watching this, understand, the moment you stop chasing sex, you gain power. The moment you act like you're immune to it, they want to give it. Sexual desire isn't evil, but being blinded by it, that's how you get played. Don't let your craving make you a puppet. Be the flame, not the moth. Section 3. The spike method, how to identify emotional vulnerabilities in conversation. Imagine you're in a conversation. It's casual, surface level. Then, suddenly, you mention something, and their tone changes. Their eyes widen. Their breathing shifts. This is called a spike. It's a micro moment, a flash, a slip of emotion that reveals more than words ever could. Here's how to catch it. Watch their eyes, dilation, blinking speed. Listen to voice tone. Did it get softer or sharper? Pay attention to pauses or repeated phrases. When you see it, don't call it out. Lean in, ask a related question, see if they open up more. You just found their weak point. Now you can build connection or control. Section 4. How to use this for good or for power. What you do with this knowledge, that's on you. You can use it to create deep, meaningful relationships. Build unshakable trust. Become the most emotionally intelligent person in the room. Or you can use it to seduce, dominate, get whatever you want. I won't tell you what to choose, but I will tell you this. With great emotional awareness comes great responsibility. If you play with minds, expect consequences. But if you lead with understanding, people will follow you anyway. Section 5. The addiction loop. How obsession is created. Here's what happens when you trigger someone's weak point repeatedly. 1. You become their dopamine source. 2. They start seeking you out without knowing why. 3. They think about you when you're not around. 4. Their emotional system associates you with relief, excitement, or validation. You become a need, not a want. A need. And when you pull back, they chase. That's the addiction loop. Just like a drug, they want another hit, and only you have it. Ending. Call to reflection and powerful closure. Here's the truth. Every human you meet is carrying pain, insecurity, hope, fear, desires they've never admitted aloud. You can become the person who sees that. The person who knows exactly what to say, how to act, and how to leave a mark so deep, they can't stop thinking about you. But if you become that person, wield your influence with wisdom. Be the one who lifts, not the one who exploits. Because real power, it isn't control, it's impact. And once you learn how to touch a person's emotional core, you can either change their life or own it. Which one will you choose? If you want me to dive deeper into these psychological tools and explore even more social mastery secrets, drop it in the comments. Until then, this was Dark Domin. Stay sharp.